So the first thing you're going to do is take your faceplate off, which I've already done. Just a few screws on the side. Visually, just turn this thing around, pull your feet off, take those screws out, and get this plastic shell off, which I've already done for you. Okay, get that out of the way. We're just going to have to completely take this thing apart. I've already taken the screws off this heat shield. Try to speed this up a little. Set that aside. And when you're doing this, just look around. See if there's any screws you missed. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take this disk drive out. It's got 4 mounting screws that are specific to this, so don't lose them. Be real careful when you take this off. It does have 1 plug and 1 ribbon cable. See if I can get my fat fingers down in here. Try to hold this up so you can see it. I want to get this guy in here. Be real careful with these ribbon cables. Just get a hold of the wire as close as you can to the pin. Give it a little pull. The next one, I believe, has a locking tab. Just snap that tab down. Once you get it open, it may flip up. It does. It flips up. There you go. Get that out of the way. There are screws all over this thing. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take this black shroud off next. This is for our fan. The fan shroud. It's got black screws in it there, and then there's, I think, 3 other ones, and then you'll have to take the 2 antennas off of it, and we'll do that now. Excuse me. Be careful with this. These antennas. Set your screw aside for that, or just look at the screw and make sure you know where it goes. You go ahead and watch your wire routing so you know how to do it on the new one. This one here's got a clip, I believe. Yes, it does. A little clip right there. I'll just go in here with a little flat screwdriver and kind of back that clip out and go ahead and pull that antenna out. We're going to try to get these out of our way. And then we'll finish pulling our screws. One of the screws for this shroud is actually hidden under one of the antennas. Try to turn this around so you can see. It's going to be on the top left. Sorry, top right. From this direction, we also got our fan. We're going to pull our screws for our fan. Grab the wire, be a little slack, wiggle it, pop it out. That'll be cleaned later. Pretty clean inside there, which is always nice. You know, it hasn't been overheated. You got one down here in the corner, and then one in the top. There it is. And our shroud will come out. We're going to want to put this back in the new one, in the new body, so that our air is circulated the proper direction. One piece you don't want to go without. Okay. There's screws all over this thing. There are ports. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of these out now while I'm here. No specific direction or pattern, or directions counterclockwise, but this piece sits over top of that. When you're doing this, when you're taking pieces off, just wiggle them. If they don't come free right away, take some more screws out. Look for screws where it feels tight. Got that heat shield out. I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can pop this front piece out. I can't. Doesn't seem to want to come out. Make sure my screws are loose. I'm going to go ahead and work the screws on this side, get them out of the way, get that piece out of the way, which is not going back in. Take the screws out of my center plate. Still tight everywhere. This piece is loose now. It comes out. A couple screws buried in underneath it. Still kind of tight. Give it a little tiny pry. Pull this plastic piece here and it'll come. This piece will lift out. A few screws hidden there. And careful when you do this for your ribbon cables. Get rid of that. And we're down to the board. Just go around, take all these screws off. You're going to have to take off the ones for your heat sink, trying to keep your heat sink in place. If you want to pull it off and do a repaste, you can. These I generally don't find need repasted. You can see it bolts into the heat shield. I'm going to go ahead and clean this real good. And we're going to go back together. The new body has mounts. So you don't have to put the heat shield back in. Just screw your heat sink back down. Nice and snug. We put our shroud on. We'll go ahead and screw that down. Next, we're going to install our fan. We have 2 screws with it. I've cleaned it. It should pop down in there. Oh, or it'll just fall out. Okay, get both my screws ready. I like to put the screws in and then try to set it down in there with them on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll put a little pressure on this guy so he stays, get him started. I'll grab my other screw, do the same. Unfortunately, my bit is not magnetized. You should magnetize your bits. Maybe after this, I'll do that. Go ahead and screw those down. I don't suggest using an electric drill unless you've got a lot of time with it. And it has a adjustable chuck for torque. And go ahead and try to get our fan. Now I'm using a pick, but I'm being real careful. I don't suggest you use a pick for this. Once you get it lined up, just use your finger, put it down on there. What's next? That thing seems kind of loose. We'll line that up. Sometimes you'll put screws in and they won't be right. You'll have to come back because something else sits there, but that's okay. You shouldn't expect to get these things exactly right your first time through. Mistakes are always made. And they're easy to do. Excuse me, guys. Still have a lingering cough from the RSV. That was going around. Checking my ribbon cables, making sure they're all good on this. That one looked like it was out a little bit, so I'm gonna just make sure. I'm gonna have to connect this one first, same as the disassembly. This is gonna be kind of tricky to show you guys. This ribbon cables generally have a mark on them, so you can get it lined up just right. Get it in there. Look at the hair on this guy's arms. What a gorilla. Shave your arms already. You live in Florida, not the Arctic. Once you get it in there, snap your locking tab back down. Feed your wire in here to the connector. Snap that together nice snugly. Is that even a word, snugly? Snug it down. Let it sit in there. Make sure it sits in comfortably. Sometimes you do stuff or you might drop something in there, who knows. We're going to go ahead and we're going to screw it down. These ones are tricky, especially without a magnetized drill bit and fat fingers. It's a little tricky. Hey everybody, thanks for watching my channel. Today I want to offer you guys some soap, or you can just make a donation. This one is cherry almond. All the soap is all natural. Some of it is goat milk soap. Bars are 4 to 5 ounces, generally more on the 5 or higher side of it. You can see I'm putting it on the scale here. This one here is my activated charcoal lemongrass. It's gonna weigh out. And then I have tropical teak wood. This one is pumpkin. I like the pumpkin a lot. And oh wait, look at that. Man, that's heavy. Yeah. So the pumpkin's a seasonal one. All our soap will be listed down below. This is the Eucalyptus Spearmint. This is one of my top 5 bestsellers. I'll pull that bad boy apart. Let's stick it on the scale because it looked kind of small. Yeah, it raised it up a little bit. Now I'm on 5 ounces, full 5 ounces. So you can see it's going to come back up, but just barely. That one's a little. How about peppermint? Peppermint's my #1 seller for men. Those bars are always heavy. The other bars that I like here in the corner is the coffee cream. This has coffee grinds in it. It's good for exfoliating your hands. If you're doing a lot of stuff like me, I'm always degreasing stuff, washing my hands, your hands get dry, use this. Maybe not to take the real bad stuff off, but after or in between, and your hands will feel so much better. You can buy these, but there'll be a link down below. All right, guys, we're back. Get you some of that soap. You'll be happy. Looks like we're watching this part again. I'm going to get this guy screwed down. Yep, everybody's staying warm. We got a cold front moving through. First cold front of the year for us down here in Florida, where it's really going to get cold. And of course, something to make you frustrated to get the screw stuck in there or not in there right. Make sure these things are lined up right. Of course it fell down. And don't let these things frustrate you. Just, if you get frustrated when you're doing something like this, take a break. Go outside and talk to a tree or something. They listen real well. So my rubber was a little off in there. I just had to tuck it back in so it wasn't blocking the hole, so I could get my screw down in there properly. And there you have it. Next thing I'm going to do is these antennas. Line it up. It's got little pins that'll help hold it into place. Get you your screw. Be real gentle with these. Don't break them. If you do, not a big deal. Hot glue is what you're going to want. Or some super glue. And get rid of the little piece of tape. I'm just going to... There's little clips for these wire routings. You can put them in, and if you have too much slack in one spot, you can always adjust it. Why does my drive feel like that? That's good. Sometimes these screws are tighter than your drill into the new plastic, and you want to make sure this thing's in my way. I gotta bend these tabs back a little bit, make sure they're right. I've done this before on a clear one, but these weaves are a little tricky. I'm gonna make sure my tabs are right. Everything looks good. Go ahead and snap that bad boy back in. Make sure the wire's not going to pinch in the case. If you pinch the wire, it's not going to work. Take your time when you do this. Don't be in a hurry. Just take your time. Pay attention to what's there and what you can hook the wires on and the length of the wires. It's close enough, I think, for me. Go ahead and tuck those wires in a little bit with my brush. I don't like to put these back on, generally speaking. They hide the clearness. So it means there's going to be some screws left out. But that's okay, we're not driving this thing down the road. I'm going to put our top cover back on. We'll go back through and put our screws together. I left the black piece out. That goes over the ports for the controller. This is backwards compatible with GameCube. Small screws in the sides. Sometimes you'll put the wrong screw in or it'll just go through because the heat shields aren't there. The shields aren't there to screw to. Now your faceplate, I suggest you take it apart. As you take it apart, you put it together in the new one. On my chips that are in here, I did hot glue them down a little bit so they can stay in place. It makes it a little bit easier. I went with the shroud opening or curtain holder with the blue one. You're not going to get the sticker off that has the little dust remover. So make sure you have your games clean when you're doing this if you decide to go that direction. I would have been putting a white one on here, so I didn't want to do it. So it comes with these little stickers. What you want to do is you want to peel one side off. So you have that little square, and then you want to line it up on here. And then what I did is push it down. Make sure it's in there good. And this should peel back. If not, get a pick. Kind of make sure it comes off and it's down in those corners. Okay? No crazy pressure. And then pull your sticker off. Sticker came off with the whole sheet. That was a little off, but that's okay. We'll tuck it back in. Go ahead and grab your new foot. Stick that bad boy on there. Just give it a little press. All right, we're done. I got it all bagged up. This will be for sale on eBay. It's ready to go. You can see the disk drive. I got a pile of parts here. Shields that we decided not to use because we don't want to see this. We want to see the board and we want to see the disk drive. So obviously the plastic body's garbage. There's nothing here. This is our other heat shield or RF shield. Stickers that came with the kit, don't want. This is the curtain. You can reuse this if you want. I wanted mine to be clear. Like I said, I'll show you in a minute that you're not getting the sticker off of that or you'll damage it. It is really, normally you would start in one corner and kind of try to peel it off, but these things just tear. And generally they're so old, they don't stand up. You could probably buy these on eBay. I always clean games before I put them in. I don't put dirty stuff in my machine, and I keep my machine covered when I'm not using it. You see it's on there pretty good, so that's garbage. I left this off because I want you to be able to see in the side of the machine. So yeah, for me, another piece of garbage. Alright, more venting, more shielding. Some funk on there, which was actually when this sits on top of the chip that keeps it from getting too hot. And then of course, that piece of junk. And there we go. It works. We tested it. And we have a clear blue Wii now. Good luck, guys.